Hey, you lazy bum! Did you wipe down the banisters like I asked you to? Because the last time I looked at them, they were filthy and covered in cobwebs.
Wait, what? Since when do you care about anything like that?
What are you talking about? Of course I care about that! I have to live in this house with you. The least you could do is keep it clean. Is that really so hard to understand?
I really don't get where any of this is coming from. This seems like such a tiny thing to get upset over, Daniel.
Don't you try and tell me what is and isn't worth getting upset over, Carmen. I've always cared about how dusty our home is.
Well, if you really care that much, then why don't you try cleaning it yourself sometime? Because you seem to be making a huge deal out of something that you aren't willing to do yourself.
How dare you talk to me like that? You're the wife, so it's your job to clean the house. It's just that simple.
Did you really just say that? I don't even know how to respond to that. Besides, it isn't like I'm a housewife who sits at home all day. You do know that I work a full-time job too, don't you?
I thought I told you not to talk back to me, woman. You're the wife. You do the cleaning. That is that. Besides, I'm way too tired after coming home from work to do anything like that. You know that I'm always working later than you are. So you should be able to handle the cleaning.
You think that just because you come home later than I do that it means you work harder than me? I'm not buying it. But I will say that the both of us could do a better job of keeping the house clean. That's for sure.
No, you could. And it's all your fault that the house is in the state that it is. Now, I want you to give the entire house a good cleaning, or else I'll divorce you. What do you think about that?
I mean, this is the millionth time that you've said you're going to do that. Why not put your money where your mouth is?
You really want to try and play this game with me, Carmen? You'll regret it. You really think you're going to have a future if I leave you? I'm going to give you a chance to save yourself here.
Actually, I think if anyone is going to be in trouble if we got divorced, it's going to be you.
You wish. I don't need you, but I know that you need me. All right, that reminds me. Did you make the arrangements for our anniversary next month?
Sorry, what is this that you're talking about all of a sudden?
Our anniversary, woman! Did you know that you were going to cook for me? Have you gotten a nice bottle of wine? Have you done anything for it? You better make it perfect for me, or else.
Hold on a sec. If it's the woman's job to take care of the house, then surely we can agree that it's the man's job to plan date night. Or do you just think that you can get me to do all the dirty work that you don't want to?
You don't even keep the house clean. So I don't know why you think you get to talk to me like that now. Just go make some reservation at a restaurant or something, and quit arguing with me.
You really need to check yourself before you take things too far. I have my limits, you know. And right now, I feel like you're just being a total jerk to me for no good reason.
I'm not being a jerk. I'm just telling you that you need to do your fair share of work around here. Just remember that no one is going to want you if we get divorced. You're all washed up, and you'll die alone if I leave you. Is that what you want?
I really think you need to calm down and not talk to me like that, Daniel.
What did I tell you about talking back to me, huh? Just shut up and do as I say. I don't have time to handle all your petty little requests. I have important things to do with my life.
You really are just pathetic, you know that? I mean, you're just so prideful that you can't even admit when you're taking things too far. But all you're doing is stressing yourself out like this for no good reason.
The only thing stressing me out in life is you, Carmen. You're the source of all my problems. Anyways, if you'll excuse me, I have to get up early, so I'm going to bed now. And when I wake up, the whole house better be spotless. Got it?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
And make sure that you keep quiet the whole time that you're cleaning. If you wake me up while you're doing it, there is going to be serious hell to pay.
Man, you're annoying.
Well, Carmen, I think I've taken enough pictures to serve as proof in court in case anything happens.
Really? You think it's enough? Thank you so much, Brad. You're a lifesaver.
No, you're all good. It's my job after all.
All right, I forget that sometimes. Well then, how much do I owe you for all the work you've been doing for me?
Oh, come on, we're siblings. I'm not gonna charge you for this. There's no way that I could take money from my family.
Now, Brad, come on. Don't be like that. I hired you as my private investigator, and I want to see that you get paid for your time.
Okay then, consider this a free trial period. And if you ever need to call my services again, I'll charge you for that job. How does that sound?
Okay, well, at least let me buy you dinner. I mean, you've just done so much for me. I feel like I need to do something for you.
Actually, I have been craving Italian food now that you mention it. By the way, I really don't want you to freak out about this, but Daniel and this other woman had started meeting at your house.
You mean the house where Daniel and I live? He's been taking this woman in our house?
That's right. Up until now, they have been meeting outside the house. But about a week ago, he brought her to your house.
I don't believe it. How could he do that?
I'm just curious if you didn't see anything out of place or odd in the past week since that happened.
I don't really know. I wasn't looking for anything, so I probably didn't notice anything.
I see. Well, at least that means they're being careful enough not to leave any huge signs of what they're doing.
Although, now that you mention it, I guess there were some handprints on the dust on the handrail that weren't there before. I kind of noticed them, but thought it could have been anything, really. Although now I wonder if we wouldn't be able to get this woman's fingerprints off something in the house.
Well, either way, we have enough evidence to make Daniel pay for what he's doing. If you want, I know of a good divorce lawyer that we can hand this evidence to. Plus, he'll get a discount since you're being referred to him by me.
Oh, Brad, I really just don't know what I would do without you. You've already done so much.
It really isn't a problem. Things have been kind of slow for me, so I had plenty of time to work on your case. Besides, I think my job is really fun, so it's not like it was a chore for me.
Well, okay then. I guess I'll reach out to you when I decide how I want to proceed next.
Got it. Sounds good. I'll send you the photos that I took that would work best to show a lawyer. By the way, I hope this is okay for me to ask, but why have you two been together for the past 10 years?
No, it's okay. I understand why you would want to know something like that. The thing is that Daniel wasn't always like this, but over the years he got meaner and more bitter. And now I just can't stand to be around him.
No, I think that makes sense. Anyways, just please let me know if there's anything else I can do for you, okay?
Of course. Thanks again for everything, Brad.
What the heck is this cheapo restaurant that you're trying to take me to? This is our 10th anniversary and you pick some steakhouse?
But I thought that you really liked steak.
I do, but I can eat here anytime if I wanted. This is supposed to be a special day, and you're ruining it by being a cheapskate. I can't believe that you're trying to do this to me on my anniversary.
But this place is really nice. I had to call weeks in advance to get a table for us. I hear that even celebrities are kept on the wait list here. It's supposed to be pretty exclusive.
I don't care about what some rich, snooty jerks are lining up to eat. I wanted you to show that you really care for me by making reservation at somewhere nice.
Well, I was going to do something like that, but I remembered a few years ago when I made reservations at a nice French place. You said that if you wanted to eat frogs, you would go down to the pond and catch them yourself.
Well, that's because French food isn't even that good. You really think I wanted to eat that slop?
I just don't understand what's gotten into you, Daniel. Why do you always act this way towards me?
Because you are constantly letting me down. All the time. And now, 10 years of my life have been sent down the drain because of you.
Okay then, tell me, Daniel. Where would you have preferred that I made reservations at for our anniversary, huh?
I would want to be in a place where they have a view of the city, and we could drink champagne. Something classy like that.
Well, the steakhouse that we're going to does have a terrace.
I don't want a terrace. I want to be high above everyone else, looking down on them. You really have some nerve trying to pretend like tonight is salvageable.
I'm allowed to speak for myself, you know.
Yeah, you're allowed to. But if you do, I'll divorce you, remember? Is that how you want to spend our 10th anniversary? Signing divorce papers?
Well, it's a good thing that I've already sent the paperwork out to be filed.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that this isn't an anniversary dinner. It's a divorce dinner, so let's celebrate! I hope you enjoy your steak!
I have no idea what you're talking about. Have you gone crazy or something? What do you mean that you sent the paperwork out?
I mean that you were always waving those divorce papers that you signed and told me that they were ready for me to give in at any time. So I took them, signed them, and sent them off to be processed.
Wait, hold on a second. You mean that you're really divorcing me? What's the matter with you? Why would you do that?
Why would I do that? You're the one that's always talking about it. Literally every little thing I do, you threaten to leave me. Well, I realized that you didn't have the guts to go through with it. So I took things into my own hand.
But you didn't even decide this with me. That isn't fair.
Didn't I? Because you already had your portion of the papers signed. You clearly were already prepared for it. All I did was sign my half and send them off. So tell me, was it all just talk and empty threats? Or did you mean what you were saying to me?
Well, I didn't mean it like this.
Well, sometimes life is funny like that. But I guess it still finds a way.
But then, what's going to happen to the house?
Oh, don't worry about that. I've already found a new place to live. I've already picked up the key for it and everything. So I'll be sleeping there from now on.
But what am I supposed to do, Carmen?
I really don't care one bit what you do. You're nothing to me now. Figure out your own life and leave me alone. You're more than welcome to stay in the house that we have now. I'm sure there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to stay there just because I'm gone.
But that's not quite true.
Don't tell me that you're not going to be able to afford to live there. That can't be right. You work so much harder than I do, don't you? Isn't that what you're always saying?
Don't you make fun of me. You're right. I don't need you. I'll just be fine on my own.
Okay then. Shall we just go to dinner and have that be our last goodbye?
Let's do it, but don't think that you're going to be able to change my mind about this, Carmen. I see that you even cleaned the house. Is this supposed to be your way of telling me you really don't want to do this?
What in the world are you talking about, Daniel?
I mean, all that talk of moving to a new place. You meant that you got a new place for you and I to live together, right?
Are you stupid or something? I just told you that we're divorced now. Why in the world do you think I want you to come and live with me in my new place?
Look, maybe we both said things that we regret. Why don't we just calm down and talk this out over dinner? And then we can figure out what to do next.
I'm very calm already, thank you very much. If you're feeling regret over what we just talked about, though, then good. I hope you do regret that way that you treated me. I'm just grateful that we don't have any children, because that would make this whole thing that much more complicated.
But, you mean, you're really going to leave me?
Of course I'm going to leave, but don't act so sad. It isn't like you don't have another woman.
What is that supposed to mean?
I know that you've been having an affair behind my back for at least a few months now. And that's why you've been arriving even later from work now. Isn't that right? I know it all. So please, don't try to lie to me about this.
But do you even have any proof of this? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, I have plenty of proof. Let me send you some pictures.
But how did you get all this?
I already told you that I know the truth and that you shouldn't try to lie to me. I even know that you brought her into our home, Daniel. She left her fingerprints all over our dusty banister to boot, too.
No, wait. You don't understand. This was for work.
And just what does this have to do with your job?
Well, this woman she works for me. She said that she couldn't concentrate at the office and needed a quiet place to work.
Oh, I get it now. And that's why you've been going to hotels with this girl, too. all to work remotely?
Yes, that's right. We just couldn't focus at the office is the thing.
Right. I see. Well, how about you tell that to the judge? I'm so sure that he'll agree with you right away when he hears all of that.
The judge? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, we're getting divorced, which means that you should start looking for a lawyer first of all. And the judge is going to be for when I sue you for cheating on me. I'm going to take so much from you, and you're not going to get a cent from me.
Wait, hold on. You mean that you already found a lawyer for this?
That's right. My brother has some connections and introduced me. In fact, he was the one who followed you around and got all those pictures, too.
Wait a second. Your brother did all that? And since when did he become a PI? Whatever, I don't care anymore.
So now you're back to not caring if we split up again.
That's right, I don't need you. I have this other woman and I'll pay whatever it takes to get you out of my hair.
You really think that you'll be able to pay me all those legal fees without a job?
No job? Just what in the world are you talking about now?
Well, when Brad was following you around and looking into your affair, he found out that you were using company funds to take out this little girlfriend of yours.
He looked that deep into what I was doing?
He's a legit PI who takes his job seriously. He knows the kind of proof that is going to work best, and works hard to find it. He took those receipts and sent them to your office, so even they know what you've been doing now.
You're kidding me. This can't be happening right now! You can't do this to me!
Yeah, at this rate, I don't know if this girl is even going to want to stay with you anymore. I mean, isn't she a temp at your office? Don't you think there's something messed up about a man your age making moves on someone that young and beneath you in the office? I really don't think it's a good look for you, at all.
Oh crap, this is bad. This is really, really bad. How did it come to this? This isn't how things are supposed to happen! I thought I had everything planned out perfectly. Now my life is falling apart around me!
I know what you mean. I can't believe that I wasted the last 10 years of my life with you. But I can't wait to start over without you. You've done nothing but put me down and make my life hell. I thought if I just went along with it and showed that I really cared that you might calm down and we could be happy again. I waited, and waited, and waited for the sweet man that I fell in love with to come back. But it's obvious to me now that there was never that sweet man. And even if one day you were the man that I always hoped you were, you're certainly not him now, nor will you ever be again.
Wait! No, please! You have to help me!
After that, Daniel called his office and tried to explain everything and apologize for what he had done. But they had already gotten the proof that Brad collected and served him with a fine for all of the company's money that he spent. It turned out to be quite a hefty sum, too. On top of that, Daniel also had to pay the legal fees served to him for my lawsuit and alimony. He was left with no other choice but to take out huge loans. After that, his girlfriend wanted nothing to do with him at all. So, Daniel had no wife, no girlfriend, no job, and soon had no home, too. He tried calling me and begging for help, but I blocked him right away. If he wants to fix his life, then it is up to him. As for me, it's weird being single again after 10 years. But I'm finding my footing and taking my time seeing new people. More than anything, however, I'm focusing on myself and trying to rediscover who I am after being in such a long relationship. I do feel some societal pressure to get married quickly, even though I just ended mine. But I realize that that pressure doesn't need to control me anymore. It's important to live a life that I'm satisfied with. For now, I am waiting for the right person to come along. Some people may say that it isn't going to happen unless I go out looking, but after what I've been through, I don't mind if I need to take a little extra time. After the divorce, I took my brother out for Italian as promised, and thanked him so much for all his help. We discussed a bit more about what he does for a living, and I have to admit that I was just fascinated by it. I became so interested in it that even though I already had found a job, I offered to help Brad on any cases that he might need extra hands for. The world of private investigating is quite thrilling, and it is also helping me greatly in moving on from my past.